There's only one of them.
Yeah.
Someone made it by hand. You'll never find it again. And it's livelihood. This person made this one item, and this is how they're sustaining their life.
Exactly.
So I mean, you have to tell this to them, because to them it's like, oh my God, So and I did that on a daily basis for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
So
I wish I could be here to see people's reaction on the $150 shirt where they can buy just a $5 tee.
Right. So I mean, I actually wish I did videotape it, because it was just so interesting. Really, it was so interesting. But the ones that got it, and this is the thing about me, even with teaching the classes.
Yeah.
When they get it, they get it. You can see like something kind of shift.
Yeah.
And it's like they want to support.
Of course.
So it's almost like us, where like once you stumble across something, then it's like, oh, I need to spread this information. I need to support it,
Exactly.
And that's how, I got most of my clientele was those people that did get it. So yeah, it was, maybe 1 out of every 5 or 6 customers. But, some of them did listen, and like I said, they became loyal clients.
Wow.
So that's the retail end of things. The platform, as far as Sustainable Fashion Week, I feel like, supporting indie and emerging, in-student designers is super important, because I feel like we really don't have anything that supports people that's just coming up in this industry. I feel like we jump from, straight to a veteran, or you have to have a blue check, or you have to have 50,000 followers, so it's like, what happens to that space of the designers trying to make it to get there? Like, how are they going to be seen and spotlighted? So I feel like I said, we really, we do a lot of talk in New York, or, this side of the world, especially having traveled outside of the country now and seeing how we're a lot further evolved in sustainability in a lot of ways. But here it's just a lot of talking. Lots of, mini movements that, just kind of spin and spin and spin. But I just don't feel like we actually do anything, and I definitely don't feel like it's my responsibility. But at the same time, I do feel like I keep creating things to make sure these people are seen and they're heard and supported, And when I started, when it was like a handful of us, maybe 3 of us that I can remember back then, and we got a lot of no's because of what we did. And, as far as getting sales, like mass order sales, like for stores, it was like a really hard push, a really hard sell. So, when you feel like that lone wolf, of course, you got to feel like when you do get to a certain space, you have to, help the people behind you.
Yeah. So I'm going to just go to the very first thing that when we were talking about the t-shirt price, you told me direction, and I love that. And what is actually one thing I'm gonna ask this first, that you got into it, spread the awareness, met to the people, and try to get it done, and it get resolved, or you see any better results than before in the sustainable fashion, or in sustainability in general?
Well, I mean, I think I do. I mean, when I look at the statistics, of course they're better.
Yeah.
When I think of the people involved, and not only that, but my class, the way it's grown in the past 15 years.
Wow.
The people that took it in the beginning, it was more like hobby, arts and crafts, like, let's see what this is about, type of thing. And now it's people that are
serious,
trying to make it a career,
Yeah.
So that's, that trajectory is amazing.
Exactly, yes.
And
started with just a hobby, and now it's a career where you can get into it and build it. That's absolutely amazing. And what is the one thing after, I just asked the past 2 decades perspective, and you tell me about the other countries, I totally believe that. I actually had one guest from Dubai, and she was telling me their practices, and I was like, no way. We're not even close. We are not even close to you guys. So yeah, that's what. But what is the one thing that you are now focusing on, or try to teach in your class to your students, to some extra focus, or whatever that is? What's one thing?
One thing. Well, I feel like I always try to challenge my students to do a 30-day initially, a 30-day no shopping challenge.
Wow.
I just feel like that's that's the first thing you have to do, is kind of get out of the mode that you feel like you have to shop. And then if you could do it 30 days, then you try it for 60.
Wow.
And then just keep going, because I think once you get into that mode, it becomes like, what? I have 20,000 hoodies. Okay. I have 20,000 leggings. I have like jeans, what am I shopping for?
Yes. That's what I